possibly that van collided. Jeff, we need to go to the right a little bit. You know, we can see that something's going on with that big rig. Maybe they're trying to help bring this thing to an end. There you go. It's a vehicle kind of moved away. They're playing pretty much. They're trying to pit this thing. That's the second time they've kind of made contact with it. Now it's off to the right on that shoulder. It's still moving, though. LAPD working to get this van to come to a stop. But apparently this isn't the first time something like that's happened during this chase. LAPD working this. This is on northbound 405. You can see it right there at Moraga. But again, that LAPD vehicle damage, but already you can see smoke coming from the LAPD vehicle. Those front wheels not supposed to be doing that. I might not know too much about cars, but I can tell you that's not right.
Stu,
van
can you hear us?
Continuing on there. Bob, what's going on?
Here you go, because we do have a little bit of information that we've actually been following this pursuit a little bit earlier. This actually started in the Santa Monica area near Ocean and Chautauqua, where an officer called in requiring assistance following a collision with that truck, with that van, and then this actually went through the West LA area where that van was ramming into or trying to ram into officer's vehicle. We understand that a number of now another pit maneuver here.
Oh, jeez, look at that. You know what? These guys, the LAPD, really trying to bring this thing to an end. That was a very hard hit right there. And here comes another one. They are just trying to bring this thing to a stop. Apparently, it's like you were saying moments ago, this is not the first time that. Whoa! Look at that.
The van was ramming into other police cars on surface streets.
Yeah, you know, and this van keeps getting near these big rigs. I'm kind of wondering what that part is all about. It just kind of swerving around there. It looks like that van still is in pretty good shape right there, coming to a stop. This person pretty much taunting officers this morning, coming around again. In LAPD, they just continue to try to do these pit maneuvers. Now, they're not going to try to block them in. We're going to see if we can get a little bit closer, Jeff, maybe a little bit more directly over. We're losing it behind the hillside here.
This is super dangerous because we're talking about the 405 freeway, and now that vehicle traveling in the wrong direction, and we have regular traffic that's going through here as well, and that van obviously going at traveling at a erratically and at a high rate of speed. From what we understand, inside the vehicle, it is a female driver. She appeared to be waving erratically outside of an open window, and these police officers have to do something because the driver's not stopping, even with the various sort of pit maneuvers that they've been trying to box her in. But
the driver's speeding up at this time.
Ramming a police car at that, or any car at that rate of speed, could be fatal here. So this is real dangerous right now.
Obviously, this is a busy time of the morning, and so you're seeing drivers obviously not even aware what's happening until.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my goodness.
Right? You know, it almost seems like this is intentional. You know, that wasn't a very high-speed crash, but it almost seems like it was intentional. And you're so correct. These are just people trying to go to work. They have no idea what is going on right now. This van going in the wrong direction has an opportunity. Could have just whipped the U-turn right there, got back onto surface streets, but continuing on and making these erratic moves out here. Now, LAPD definitely not going to back off on this, and they're not going to wait for California Highway Patrol to get involved. But that van continuing to move, I would venture to say that if they haven't already, LAPD is probably going to make some calls, try to make some sort of block on the freeway. Again, you can see that these cars are slowing down. That big rig actually coming to a stop out there. So they must know something is going on. There's a lot of lights and sirens, and of course that spotlight from the LAPD helicopter. We're going to have to move a little bit more south, Jeff, and a little to the right.
Well,
you can see it.
You know, while this car is not traveling at the highest speed I've ever seen, this has to be one of the most dangerous chases I have ever seen.
It definitely is, as far as the scale of danger goes, most definitely. Now you can see that northbound freeway is kind of empty. Perhaps LAPD has done some kind of blockage on the freeway. That van just continuing on now. You know, you can see those speeds out there. You could venture to say that it's pretty accurate what we're getting right there. I can't say that van is going 100 or even 99 miles an hour. Oh, whoa!
Oh my goodness!
No!
Oh
my
gosh! Oh my goodness! Oh my
goodness! What is the purpose of that? That person just sitting there, innocent, and now that van just collided right there. Some other passengers getting out of other vehicles,
jumped out of the vehicle.
For cover.
These unsuspecting drivers again on their way to work and school, drop-off, things like that this morning. Oh,
yeah,
goodness.
LAPD coming up. Okay, their person is out of the vehicle, climbing out of the vehicle right there.
On the roof of the car?
Climbing on top. Yep, climbing on top of the car, pointing at the big rig again. I don't know what that fascination with these big rigs are, but LAPD, now they have this situation. You know, you've got injured folks. You have clearly aggression towards the LAPD officers. And if this person tries to carjack this big rig, this is going to end very poorly. That weapon right there, that green laser, that is less than lethal. That is a less than lethal. So, you know, possibly this is coming to an end right now, but what a crazy violent end right there. The person's still up on that roof of that vehicle and the big rig, but I am very concerned about the person inside that car right there. That was definitely a hard hit. That vehicle completely stopped, and then that van just colliding on purpose with that vehicle. LAPD taking that suspect into custody right there, but again, what a crazy morning out here on the 405 freeway. This ending in the Brentwood area just before, right at Wilshire Boulevard. But again, that was, you know, LAPD, they had, what could they do? What could they do?
This car hit head on. I just want to make sure someone's rendering aid to this poor driver, just with no idea.
It almost looked like this was bound to end the way that it happened, with the driver driving the wrong direction on the 405, sometimes at a high rate of speed, and then ramming into a few vehicles there before stopping at a big rig. Unfortunately, this big rig was just too much for that van. But this all began just before 5 o'clock this morning in the West LA, Santa Monica area, with an officer asking for help because it had gotten into a collision with this van, and then the van going through the surface streets of Santa Monica and West LA, ramming other police cars. So there was no way that these officers could stop this van, and then the van making its way to the 405 freeway on this busy rush hour and going the wrong direction as officers tried to stop this van. The van then ramming into a couple of vehicles before coming to a stop, going head-on into this big rig here, but that person taken into custody.
Yeah, and we've seen multiple officers walk up to the car that was just hit head-on there, just stopped on the freeway. And it